1943 The Battle for Midway is a 1987 shoot-'em-up arcade game developed and published by Capcom and released on the NES. The game is set in the Pacific theatre of World War II off the coast of the Midway Atoll. I always thought it was a reference to the video game developer Midway, but I was clearly very wrong. Your mission in the game is to attack the Japanese air fleet that bombed the American aircraft carrier. You have to track them all down through the air and sea by flying up in the clouds and down on sea level. You'll have to fight through hundreds and hundreds of planes and helicopters and ships in order to find the big boss at the end of each stage. The controls in the game are very simple. The B button fires your main weapons, and the A button performs two special actions, either a loop maneuver or one of three special lightning attacks in exchange for some of the player's fuel. Luckily, the game here is very smooth, and although it's not easy by any means, this really does help, and most of the deaths don't feel cheap. However, there are loads of enemies and bullets on screen for you to dodge, and this game doesn't give you much of a chance. You only have one life in the game, and this comes in the form of a large fuel meter, which is constantly depleting. But this can be refilled by collecting various power-ups, mostly POW icons, or sometimes elephants, or even cows. It's very strange. Good old Japan. If you do lose your single life, you have to go back to the start of the stage, even if you were on the boss, which can get annoying. But luckily they do give you infinite continues, which does help a lot as the game does pack a hell of a punch. The bosses in the game are very impressive, as they are all an array of warships and planes. They take a bit of a beating, but another thing to look out for is when you're fighting the ships, if you don't do enough damage before they sail away, you will have to fight them again. Luckily, in this case, the game doesn't take you back to the start of the level. Destroying the red planes on the game is where you get the power-ups from. They normally leave behind items that refill your energy, but you can also get some new weapons from them as well. Overall, this is a fun, challenging game, and certainly one that you should pick up if you're a fan of vertical scrolling shoot-'em-ups.